Thanksgiving. Hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow with your family and that'll be blessed. Excuse me, I'm just still getting over some bronchitis issues, but I'm not sick, just a nagging, hacking cough. Anyways, I wanted to just update you guys again. I went last night and I visited a place for my son Jeremiah over on 244th Street and White Plains in the Bronx where we live. And it seemed really nice. I really liked it. I spoke with the staff there. It was more of a dinner visit for Jeremiah. And I spoke also with a staff member who accompanies Jeremiah outside of the hospital for the agency visits. This is his third agency visit. He first visited two other agencies in October and November. And he seemed to have liked those as well. However, as we were progressing through the interview, Jeremiah was great. He did a great job. The staff member, I spoke with the staff member who accompanies Jeremiah. He's part of Jacoby Hospital staff. Really nice guy. Never spoken to him before that. And he explained to me, he says, listen, I don't know how you will take this, but I've wanted to speak to you since the second visit with Jeremiah. And I know how sometimes parents may get offended, but I said, listen, I'm very open and to hearing, people's other side of stories concerning with special needs kids and stuff like that. Now, mind you, before this visit, the Lord had been dealing with me about how I needed to start to release myself a little bit from Jeremiah, because Jeremiah is extremely attached to me. I mentioned in an earlier video that he has what is called an Oedipus complex towards me, which means that he views me as more of girlfriend material than as his mother. However, I also noticed he's very dependent on me. And honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, while he was home, I did everything for Jeremiah. Now, Jeremiah, I mentioned earlier, he's autistic. However, he's able to walk and talk. There's no real physical ailments there. He's fine. He can do things for himself. But, as protective parents of special needs kids, we want to do everything for them. I'm not saying every parent does that, but he needed more independent daily living skills, and I found myself doing everything for him. His diet is horrible. Jeremiah does not eat what you and I eat. We'll eat eggs, bacon, eggs, pancakes. Jeremiah won't eat any of that stuff. His major foods have always been junk food, hamburgers, French fries, pizza, candies, chips, cakes, juice. He won't eat anything besides that. I had tried when he was smaller, but I guess I didn't try hard enough or whatever. It was just difficult, so I found myself making meals around him. I really catered to Jeremiah a lot. There's nothing wrong with that, but we have to make sure that they're independent. And I didn't do that earlier on. For whatever reason, it was just easier to do everything for him. So now that he's going to enter into this living facility, he has to learn how to be independent. And they will teach him those things. They will teach him daily living skills in any event. The staff member says, we noticed we try to get Jeremiah to even put on a heavier coat because now in New York, the temperature has dropped considerably. It's like 35, 39 degrees these days. But he didn't want to. He says, no, I don't want to. I have to ask my mommy. No, but my mommy says no. No, but my mommy doesn't do that. No, but my mommy. And so the staff member, he was a real cool guy, very nice person, very professional. And he says, this is probably my suggestion to you is just to try to, not see him maybe as much, because I was seeing him at the hospital every day. I was bringing him food every day, whether I prepared grilled pork chops and white rice, which is probably the only home-cooked meal he eats here, or bringing him McDonald's or Burger King or pizza from outside, or goldfishes, which he loves, chips, Pringles, soda, juice. I was bringing that to him every day, which is not good, because in the residential facility, they were not going to provide him those things. He has to eat the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So the staff member opened up my eyes to a lot of things. And I sat in my car after the visit. I shook his hand. I said, you know what? I appreciate that. Thanks. I appreciate that. He says, just wean, if you could. I was thinking also in my conversation with him, just to start weaning him off of me bringing him things every single day, bringing him junk food. He's not happy about that. My thing is, when Jeremiah's not happy about something, he starts the violent behavior. And I realized that that was a pattern. I would notice that he would get heightened in his emotions, and we have had physical altercations, Jeremiah and I. This is a child who's 6'1", and we have had altercations, he and I, where I've had to block him from hitting me and stuff like that in the past, where he has attacked me. I don't know how I did it, but I one day had to pin him on the ground. I threw him on the ground and pinned him because he was really attacking me. I guess when your adrenaline pumps, these other things that happen. My point is, I realized that I catered to him a lot of times just to keep him peaceful and to keep him happy. Not that I was scared of him, because I honestly, I know how to handle Jeremiah. It's weird, but I know how to handle my son. And he did, to an extent, respect me, even though he had tried to attack me in the past. It was nowhere near as frequent as he did with his dad. So, in my conversations with the staff member, and afterwards, I thanked him, I shook his hand. I sat in my car. I said, Lord, I really need to release my son to you. I really need to release my son to you. And I realized that I have not really done that. I say I have. I've fasted and prayed. I've read your word. I've decreed your word. I've put oil on his bed. I've put scriptures on his bed. Okay. And I haven't really released him to you because it's just been difficult to do that. But it was a good thing. I'm in a very good place. I'm in a place of revelation, and I need to start really releasing my son to the Lord and trusting him, even if he tantrums. I just got off the phone with him right now. It's Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. And I said, Jeremiah, I just wanted to see how you're doing. And, he was upset on the phone. He says, why aren't you coming here? Why aren't you? You're supposed to be bringing me stuff. I said, I don't have to do anything for you. I don't have to do anything for you. And I said, I'm not going to be seeing you as much. I will see you, but not every single day. You have to understand and learn that you're 19 years old. And I'm not going to do this cold turkey where I'm just not seeing my son. I need to continue to check up on him, make sure that everything's being done for him in the right way. They need to know that I'm watching over my son, but at the same time, I need to have him adjust so that when he goes into this residential living facility, he's not raising hell over there. And I need to really trust the Lord for my son. I really need to trust the Lord for my son. And I hadn't fully done that because I was still doing stuff for him. It's hard when you see them in that state. But I know that's what I have to do. And I have to, and God has been telling me that. It's wonderful when you know that no one really can understand, but our daddy understands. You know that he's holding you through the process. You know that you might feel alone and you want to be able to share with people, but they won't understand. They haven't walked a day in your shoes. But yet there are special needs parents like you guys walking through this stuff. But our daddy understands, that he cares. And even when you do stupidity, he's just right there, man. He's right there to hold you. So be encouraged, really. I plan to have a really good time with my family on Thanksgiving. My little guy and my husband, we're going to my mom's house. Tomorrow she lives upstate. And I have to trust the Lord for my son. He's still in the hospital, so he won't be with us for Thanksgiving. That might be a little difficult for me. But I know that at the end of the day, no weapon formed against him is going to prosper. And I know that God prepares a table in the presence of his enemies. And I know that I can take his word to the bank. I know that what his word says is true and it's amen. And he's a God of promise. So God bless you guys, and I pray that you have a great Thanksgiving. And keep yourselves in the word. Keep yourselves anchored to our Heavenly Daddy. Because when it's times like this, when we feel fragile, he's right there. And he's saying, I'm with you and I'm with your kids, and no weapon formed against you or your children will ever prosper. God bless you guys. Happy Thanksgiving.